Alright, hello YouTube. Today we're gonna do a program that calculates the the area and the perimeter of a rectangle. So let's start. First thing I'm gonna do is create the basic C++ structure. We're gonna use iOS Stream. Stream. Using namespace std. We're going to use the function main. We're going to return 0 down here. Return 0. So the first things that we need to do to calculate the area and the perimeter of a rectangle is get the width and the length. So we need to create some variables for those things. So I'm going to use an int variable just because I'm going to work with whole numbers. If your teacher says that he wants decimals, you use a double or a float or whatever else you want to use. But I'm just going to use int because I'm just going to use whole numbers. And now we need a variable name. Use a name that fits the application. Don't just use X. I always say don't get obsessed with your X. You know, after you go through a breakup, you don't want to get obsessed with your X. Same thing here. You don't want to keep using the variable X. You want to use a reasonable name. So we're going to use length. And we're going to use int width. Next, we need to tell the user to display it to enter those things. So we're going to say cout, please enter the length of the rectangle. I'm going to put that on a new line. We're going to cn the variable length. Okay. Next, we're going to do the width. Please enter the width of the rectangle. DL. New line. Now we're going to see in the variable width, so the user can input width. So now the user has the ability to enter length and width. So this is the basic programming structure where you do input, calculation, and then output. So now let's work on the calculation. So now we're going to say cout a rectangle with a length. It's going to display what the user inputted. With a length of, and then it's going to say length of whatever the user inputted, and a width of, now it's going to display whatever the user inputted for width up here, and a width of, and we're going to say has a, let's do area of. So let's do the calculation. How do we find the area? If you're not a math person, this is a formula for area of a rectangle. It's basically area equals width. It's kind of hard to see. Width times length. So now all we have to do is display that formula using our variables. Is the area of length times width. Okay, and that's it. New line. Now let's do the area. The perimeter. So we're going to say cout a rectangle with a length of. We're going to say length again. You can probably just copy and paste this, but I'm just going to write this thing again. And a width of, I'm going to say length has a perimeter, did I spell that right? No, I don't really care. There's a perimeter of, now let's do our calculation. So if you don't know, the formula to find the perimeter of a rectangle is perimeter equals all the lengths plus all widths. And remember that a rectangle is equal on all sides. So all we got to do is multiply the length and the width by 2 separately. Remember that multiplication is not distributive. I think addition is. I'm not sure about it, multiplication, but I'm just going to do it this way. So we're going to say length times 2, because there's 2 sides of lengths, plus the width times 2, because there's 2 widths, right? And we're just going to end that. And again, we just added them together. And because remember, the reason, if you're wondering why we have these parentheses, is because programming follows the rules of PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, so we have to do that. After that, we're going to return 0, and this should work. Let's see if it runs. Please enter the length of a rectangle. Let's do 5. The width, let's do 5 again. So we should get 25 and 20, right? So 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 2 is 10, 20, and then the rectangle, oops, forgot this. Let's do it again. 5 and 5, that's right? 25 and 20. So it's pretty cool. Now you have a little program that can help you in geometry, but you can't use it on the test. Right? You should show this to your teacher. Maybe she'll give you extra credit or something. Anyways, I hope this helped out. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.